want to just peek up here.
I'm not going to go up there because
Okay.
I've got a torn meniscus.
No problem. Let me just peek up here real quick, Cheryl, and I just want to, I'm going up the stairs here, second level. A lot of administrative space up here. Again, man, this place is pretty extensive. Hello.
Hi.
I mean, admin, a lot of office space up here in the second level. There's another computer lab. So again, pretty impressive space here at the University of Art and Design. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome, sir. But this was amazing to see. This was actually your costumes. That's amazing, and they're still on display.
So figure 30 years of that.
Yeah.
There's, what hasn't been stolen or sold off.
And so straight ahead here was the costume shop, right?
No,
Or
that
what do
was
we call it?
costume storage. Costume
Costume.
shop is in the major building.
Okay. So costume stores. So we're walking out. We're headed
We're headed back toward the library.
sort of west, yeah, towards the library. We'll make a stop in there. And again, this has just been a really good walking tour. For, the biggest question in our community, I think everybody's going to agree. I mean, other than, really getting our fiscal house in order.
Oh,
You know-
I want to go back through what's called the quad.
Yeah, I do too.
I want to talk about some things there.
Great, yeah.
Now, all these central doors. What the artist? Yeah. It's, where the quad.
So, again, that's the screen building behind me. Lot open space here. Behind it, there was space on the other side. Again, those are blank canvases. The fact that it's kind of caged in, when we talk about film, that might be dedicated space for our film industry. And here's these here.
You see those tall buildings down there?
Yes.
That's all student apartments. It's not dorm rooms. They're all self-contained apartments.
So do you think there are students living there right now, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I see some cars parked there.
Yeah, so there's probably a few people there, but
those are recent construction. Those were only built maybe 15 years ago.
so yeah, there's the apartments. We're gonna head into what I've viewed, and when I did my first video back in December, this is sort of, the civic center.
Heading toward the library now.
What's the formal name of this? But I call it kind of the civic center.
Well, this is called the quad.
So this is the quad. It's an outdoor quad. It's got a little bit of a.
There's a performance area there that's called the band shell.
So they got the band shell here. Again, these.
This is all dorms.
I don't know if these dorms are open, but it would be kind of. So I guess you gotta be a student with a key. You want to walk this way, or?
Yeah, I want to come this way.
You can see these buildings are obviously outdated. I mean, I think even at the 3-story level, but even when we kind of.
These have all been renovated. These 3-story buildings have all been renovated.
But they're rough. So I think even though when we get to the fear factor of what does 4 stories look like, or even 5 stories, I mean, this is 3 stories, and it's not that high. It doesn't take away from the skyline, but again, there's more opportunity for infill, and again, I see this as really a central place, almost the crown jewel plaza, to where we could have civic activities here year round.
Outdoor performance has been happening here for years and years and years. In the summer, they used to have a music series, and they used this band shell for the band to perform in, and people would bring picnic lunches and sit in this area here in front. Gay Pride was here this year. They used the band shell. So it would be a shame to make this all go away, because it's kind of a nice outdoor performance venue.
I agree. I think that, again, it doesn't need to go away, but I think it could even be made better.
Now,
and
what
again,
you're looking at over here,
so let's point to where over here. So again,
this tan building.
we got the shell. There's the shell. And the tan building that she's talking about is the circular building. So that's a cafeteria.
That could be a functioning restaurant.
So that could be that's a great idea. I mean, the
It's
function.
already got a kitchen. It's already got seating areas. It's already got storage, food storage. That was renovated by Santa Fe University, so it's really recent in terms of construction.
So when I just sit here, and this is where I came before, and I just really I felt a calm and a peace here. But again, there's, this kind of AstroTurf center, limited space, but it's like we can envision something even bigger. I mean, a bigger civic center. I mean, one of the candidates last night mentioned, kind of a Paulo Soleri, type of a vision for something. We're missing that. I went to some of the best concerts in my life was at Paulo Soleri, and yet, you would need more. Like when I say one kitchen, I mean, I would say, you go to places and like each one of those little, how many door windows is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of those could actually be kind of a restaurant type concept with the indoor, outdoor eating, like food court type thing. And then, there's maybe even some other possibilities. Again, if we were to, regardless of what people think, but if we were to remove these dorms, and then make it to where, again, it's higher up, maybe the first floor, that's more commercial space, that's retail, that's food and beverage type of businesses, so that people want to come here, right? We need the parking, but you got to have something where a family like mine, young kids, that on a Friday night like tonight, me and my wife are planning, hey, where are we going to go? We're going to go to the Crown Jewel, right? And there's entertainment, it's family friendly, and it's a place for us to gather and to have conversation. And again, I love the Shepherd Ferry art piece. Do you know anything about that piece?
He actually came in and did workshops, and then him and the students created that mural.
So I had asked that last time.
Yeah.
I just was asking people if they knew.
I think that's what happened. I wasn't here, but
I would think for a piece that size, and then they even put a protective coat on it that that Shepherd had to have been involved. And again,
the first thing Santa Fe University did.
So again,
Now we're going toward the library.
I'm someone that would advocate to obviously for preservation of that. But again, you look at these dorms, and this is the opportunity, right? And so there might.
Know what that wooden building is?
I don't.
Mr. Santa Fe grew up here. That's a troje.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to go stop in there.
It's a historic building.
Yeah. So there may be some disruption of this place, but again, to keep the heart of it here, right? In order to, demo these older dorms, renovated or not, there's not enough of it. And so we could go higher, we can, pack it in a little more density in here. But this is the residential section, so we've kind of walked around. We've seen the arts district. We saw, that science kind of business center. We saw the fitness center. We went to the film, and that's kind of industry. And then in between, there was like the tennis courts. There's some opportunities for health services there, for maybe recovery centers. And, you do want to keep open space on the campus, right? So that people that are, kind of in that inpatient recovery, they have a nice, beautiful place to walk and trails and bike and stay here. Now we're kind of in the civic center where there's, a building that already has kitchen and the hookups for that. But again, a narrow-minded view might say, well, it's not enough. It can go higher. And, if you basically were to take one of the 3-story buildings and put it on top of that, and then you have, living, working, restaurant space that, again, it provides jobs. It stimulates the economy. It gives families and young adults stuff to do.
Selfishly, I want to talk about this.
Let's do it. There's nothing selfish. This is a great tour.
In 1992, when I was teaching here, my best friend since middle school died from AIDS.
Wow.
He was in California.
Okay.
And I had thought to do a small plot as a memorial to him on campus, and my department chair said, I would totally support that. And he said, in fact, this is John Weckesser, whose memorial service is tomorrow, I would make it even bigger. Go see what you can do. This is how he operated. So I got a hold of members of the LGBTQ community, created a committee.
Here, let's walk back by here so we can kind of get a better view. I'm not getting it through the trees.
And we were given this plot to create a memorial garden. And originally, all of these paths were lined with bricks, with people's names.
Really?
And the day they passed.
Oh, man.
And all of that, of course, has been torn up. The garden has been allowed to go to decay. It hasn't been maintained.
Are you guys hearing this? I mean,
what happened at the time was Plants of the Southwest, which is a local nursery, came in for free and spent a whole day and brought all their own plants and planted this whole garden. The woman who owns Plants of the Southwest is named Gail Hazard. And I was in her business last summer, and I told her the story of this garden because she remembered me. And she said, you know what? If you get that space back, we'll come and replant the whole thing for you.
Oh, bless her heart.
So
I can't believe they just tore out all the bricks and put, this stuff down. I mean, it's just...
There are bricks down on the end, but we had, I think, close to 200
so let's
bricks in this garden.
Oh, so look, there's a few bricks. There is a few bricks here. I do want to...
This is my friend, Charles Benjamin Upini, who died in 1994, I guess.
So I just want to share the brick with you all.
He was just 40 years old.
Wow.
And one of my greatest losses.
So it's good to see that not all the bricks are gone.
Not
you guys
all
can see
of them
that
gone.
there's some here.
But there were, all of these paths originally were lined with bricks. Somewhere is a list of all the people who bought bricks and had them put in this garden, because we actually sold, I think we sold the bricks for like $30 or $40 to help pay for the maintenance. But we had, this was all prayer benches, there were trees, you can see up there. I mean, it was a lovely meditational space.
And I still feel that, though. I still feel the peace and the calm in the air here.
Our Native American community came on the day we opened the garden, and they did a dance. They blessed it. To me, it's a sacred space. So it's a shame that that particular piece of institutional history didn't get carried down when the college was taken over. But in a perfect world, it would be nice to bring it back.
Well, thank you for sharing that story. And again, that's what we're doing this video for, because all this talk, everybody loves to talk and thinks they have all these great ideas, and they don't have a clue about what really the history is. And so
that back end is, again, all student apartments.
Yeah, so again, these are student apartments. Here's kind of dorms. This is what
another dorm.
The dorms look kind of brick. They have like the mix match bricks. But down here, right there, these are student apartments. And again, I'm hearing they're maybe 15 years old, but I think, again, if we're really going to do a comprehensive plan, there may not be value in keeping those if you can go up. And again, because you come right off of, here's St. Michael's Drive is right there. There's a new Toyota, I think that's their service center. You got a bank there, but here goes a car. So this is a main corridor. I mean, this is where somebody, again, if you planned it right to where it was the mixed use, where you had residential up top and down low, you have services, you have, restaurants, you have little retail shops and commerce, so that people can live and work at the same place. And again, here, a parking lot, maybe not enough, and then there's an open space. So we might have to put some parking garages here, or maybe underground parking. But again, we got to put together a plan that is comprehensive and addresses the needs of our community. And I really believe that, we only got one shot at this, and we got to make the best decisions.
I should tell you that particular exit, which is the main entrance exit to the college, is horrible. We tried to get a stoplight put in there. The city wouldn't let us do it because it was too close to the intersection of Cerrillos and St. Michael's. So whatever becomes of this, you're going to need another entrance and exit. The other one is on Siringo Road, and that's into a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
So if traffic increases onto this campus, somehow they're going to have to find a way for an exit onto St. Michael's with a light, because you can't turn left right now. You just sit there forever.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and so again, those are the types of ideas that, you know, we need to talk about it now and not later after the fact. Wait, we didn't really think about the traffic flow of our entrance and egress.